Hey guys, welcome back to Hakuoki Kyoto Wins. When last we left off, Iba had come to the headquarters to see everybody. And, yeah.
We start off with, of course, the main character going,
She dropped it.
Kayla's dropping things.
No.
I gasped and cupped my hands over my mouth, and Hijikata's eyes darted toward me sternly. It would seem Iba picked up on the fact I was female, judging by their interaction.
Fuck.
He's Guy, I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
Check to make sure, but I'm pretty sure he's Guy.
It's been a while. We forgot who we voiced.
There are so many characters in this game.
Yeah.
He should be under other love interests.
Yeah, Guy. Oh, was that supposed to be a secret?
I didn't want to confirm any answers, so I stared towards the mat underneath without speaking.
It wasn't difficult to tell that she's a girl the moment you set your eyes on her. It's not her fault. I know. I mean, only a fool couldn't figure it out.
You do realize that you're calling Kondo a fool?
That old fool deserves it.
Hey, he highly respects Kondo. Hijikata looked resigned towards Iba and sighed.
Well, her reasons for being here are somewhat complicated, so we have her pose as a man for now. Only a portion of the men in the Shinsengumi know about her, so it would be preferred if you were to keep it under wraps in front of our men. Understood. Would it be too much to ask about her reasons? Her father is missing, so we're allowing her to cooperate with our investigation. Her father's missing. You're talking about Kodo Yukimura?
How did he know everything? When he mentioned my father's name, the hairs on my neck stood up. How do you know my father's name? I guess Hijikata was also shocked by his knowledge, and he looked dubiously towards Iba.
Wait a minute. How do you know her father is Kodo? Well, I visited the Yukimura clinic a long time ago. Makoto?
Did you just, grab her face or something?
No, he leaned down into my face.
Makoto? Do you not remember me? Are you a replica?
No! We haven't played that yet, sir! Iba asked timidly, and it finally clicked for me. If Iba had visited my father's clinic, then that explains why he would have known my name and my father. No matter how hard I tried, however, I couldn't recall his face or name from memory, and I don't have my walkthrough up.
Fuck.
There we go.
That's probably a good thing to have up.
Shut up! Nobody asked you!
I'm sorry, I'm just here for the ride, while also voicing too, because I love this game.
Izumi, I'm going to hurt you.
I'm sorry, who helped with something?
We bought you something for that! Shut up! You cannot continue to hold that over my head!
That wasn't what I was kind of insinuating.
If you're talking about the proposal, you can't hold that over my head either, because I helped with yours! I'm really sorry for not remembering you. Iba's expression seemed a little disappointed by my response.
Wah wah. Well, I guess it's natural that you wouldn't remember. We were little. And he got points for it anyway.
Yeah, that's because,
He has the same personality as Hijikata.
Yeah, you kind of want to make Iba happy to make Hijikata happy. But I remember you now!
Thanks. It's nice to meet you again.
Yes! His smile was so contagious, I couldn't help myself from smiling in response.
Hey, why are you saying you remember him now? Don't lie to him, he's our guest. Oh, stop it. I'll make sure we see more of each other in the near future so she doesn't forget. What? What are you talking about? You don't have to keep coming back here.
But I want to.
Oh, don't be like that. Come on, we're both from Edo, we're buddies.
Iba drew Hijikata in closer in a jovial manner, and Hijikata blushed at the notion. Hijikata is normally really uptight, so seeing him behave this way was startling. I had a lingering suspicion that Hijikata was actually enjoying himself. All of the commotion must have alerted the captains because they popped up from nowhere. Junpei.
Oh, what the hell? Hachiro, is that you?
I knew I heard your voice somewhere. It really was you, huh? Shinpachi, Harada. Everyone else is here too. Long time no see, boys.
Man, you're in Kyoto too? You here to train or you sightseeing?
Ugh. Don't be stupid. I'll bet you're... The what?
I'll bet you.
Oh, I bet you he's here to protect someone important or something. Am I right?
Well, maybe it's something like that. If you're in Kyoto, I assume you have a pretty good position.
Iba nodded plainly in response. Complicated Akihiko.
I see. You're in Kyoto too, huh? Well, be careful. Don't be stupid and die or something. Thank you for the warning. I'll keep that in mind.
Hey, we should go drinking someday. I mean, we could go now if you want.
Each of the captains surrounded Iba and exchanged words. Most of all, Iba seemed lost in the amount of fun he had while conversing with everyone.
Everybody loves Iba.
I guess he really knew everyone back in Edo. Hijikata watched their interaction with warmth in his eyes and muttered.
See, despite him being a Hatamoto, and also the heir of the Iba dojo, he chose to learn about each and every one of us, and he treats us with respect. It seems no one can escape his amiable nature.
He seemed to be especially fond of Hijikata, though. But I couldn't dare say that.
Well, I guess you can say we're friends. Whenever he visits, be sure to let him in.
Understood. Before we knew it, evening had come, and Iba told us it was time for him to depart.
When I return to Edo...
That's Iba.
When I return to Edo, I'll be sure to ask around about Kodo. Very well. Be sure it is kept under wraps. Got it. I won't tell anyone.
As we exchanged goodbyes, the warriors returned from their afternoon rounds. One of them seemed to take notice of us, and he rushed over while shouting.
Dick face.
Kuroi.
You're that bastard from the other day! What the hell are you doing here?
It was Takeda, glaring at Iba angrily and demanding answers.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't think we've been acquainted yet.
Do you dare mock me? You! Name yourself!
I am an Okuzume of the Obanashi, Obanshi, protector of the shogun and the realm, Hachiro Iba.
Obanshi, an official group of the shogunate who is treated and behaves as a military force. Hachiro Iba, the eldest son of one of the oldest and most respected dojos in Japan. He is a master of the Shingyoto-ryu martial arts, and his prowess granted him prestige among warriors and officials. I don't know if we got that last time in the last episode. I'm just reading it again even if we haven't. Or even if we have.
A shogunate protector from the realm of Iba.
That does not say of Iba.
Of the realm Iba.
It's getting nervous.
Wait. From the Iba dojo? Yes. I've been here on official business in Kyoto. In the meantime, I've come to visit my old friends from Shie Hall to pay my respects.
Shie Hall, a dojo in Edo that taught the Tennen Rishin style. Its owner was Isami Kondo, a fourth-generation head. Many Shinsengumi members studied or lived there.
Don't lie! This visit is not for idle pleasantries. You're here to spread lies about the other day.
I have come strictly to pay my respects.
Ooh, that glare.
Or would you rather remind me?
No.
Or would you rather me remind you what happened during this so-called other day?
Iba's eyes sharpened directly at Takeda, and the latter stopped his pacing and deepened his voice.
Whatever you say, then we're settled. Looks like I'll be on my way then.
Takeda seemingly snapped into shape, speaking with a semblance of respect before storming off. Iba seemed relaxed despite everything. Everyone silently stood still, and I was afraid of another incident, so I sighed once Takeda left.
Toshi, who is that man? He's Kanryu Sai Takeda, the captain of the 5th Division. Yukimura told me about the other day. Sorry about that. I'll make sure he doesn't bother you further. I'm fine, but please watch over her. I think if he finds out she was there, it will not end well. Okay, got it. Alright then, Makoto. I'll drop by again soon, okay?
Oh. Did he mean he's coming to see me? Did he just mean he was visiting the headquarters? I couldn't respond since I was unsure, and Iba smiled to me with his twinkling eyes. His face seemed reluctant, if not a little forlorn, and he left the compound. I stared at him as he walked into the distance, until his small figure was removed from my eyes. Iba was a mysterious person. Even if he was someone very important in upper class, he acted with integrity and kindness, commanding a lot of respect from the captains of the Shinsengumi. I did not think there was a samurai like him in the shogunate. August 1864. After the fight at the inn, I was able to leave the compound much more often. I suppose after what I'd done, Hijikata thought I earned a little more trust. I didn't feel like I did anything extraordinary, but I wasn't about to look a gift horse in the mouth. I was genuinely happy that the man Hijikata approved of me.
The man, Hijikata.
I am suddenly
man.
I'm Zed. Hijikata,
That dude!
On this particular day, I was out on patrol with Harada in the 10th Division. Excuse me, Harada? The Shinsengumi is out patrolling day and night, right?
Yeah, that's right. What about it?
But what exactly is it that you do? Most of the men in the Shinsengumi were intimidating, death-dealing titans, but Harada was a rare exception, warm and friendly.
All being big and buff.
Well, I guess we do just about everything. Obviously, we arrest people who want to test out their swords, or don't pay for their food.
People who don't pay for their food?
And then there's those chumps who think they'll make a living leaning on the merchants.
Wasn't really the answer I'd expected. I guess the Shinsengumi's job is closer to a magistrate's than I thought. Thinking back, I remembered how excited they were during the raid. What they did at the inn was far more intense than their day-to-day work. A little further down the road, a couple of men in Shinsengumi blues were waving at us. Nagakura! I guess our separate rounds brought us to the same spot.
Hey there, Makoto. Find out anything about your dad?
No, nothing today.
Yeah, come on, cheer up. There's always tomorrow, right?
Yeah, you're right. There was something contagious about his optimism.
No, you're being infected.
Well, Shinpachi, you find anything exciting?
Nah, nothing in particular. But all the people on the street are acting busy, you know?
I hadn't noticed it before, but he was right. They were acting strange, almost nervous. Yeah, it looks like they're getting ready to move.
You think maybe they're worried about getting caught in the middle of a war?
What? War? There wasn't a war, was there?
Yeah, we didn't tell you yet, huh? Well, those Choshu bastards are showing up around Kyoto again, hence our extra rounds.
Well, we did give them a bloody nose at Hijikata. I can't imagine they'll just stand around with some of their guys in the ground.
Were the Choshu going to try something again?
Beats me. Kinda hard to tell at the moment.
It doesn't matter anyway, we just do our job. The Choshu attack Kyoto, we drive them back. Simple.
Hey, Travis!
Hello.
They accepted their situation and never complained. I had a good deal of respect for Harada and Nagakura.
If they don't back off soon, we're probably gonna be getting new orders all the way from the top.
So, you think the Aizu will give you all orders?
Yeah, they might ask us to join as part of the official shogunate troops.
Well, chances like this only come every so often. Who knows when the next one will be? Wanna join us?
What? I was perplexed by a sudden invitation.
I hear a sand.
I hear a cat. I wonder if Soji is anywhere nearby.
Probably petting it.
Does this mean I could march as a member of the Shinsengumi? It seemed rather inappropriate for me to ask to participate just for curiosity's sake. Still, I very much hope to be helpful in some way. Could I perhaps do something like what I'd done at the Ikeda Inn? However, there's also the chance that I'd become a hindrance as opposed to helping them out. My mind was made up. I nodded to Harada. I want to help. I would like to participate and help in some way.
Alright, thanks for letting me know.
What?
Just making sure Sammy didn't stop the recording.
Oh, okay.
When the time comes, I'll be sure to back you up so you can join us.
Several days later. Excuse me! I carefully lifted the serving platter with tea for the captains and made my way into the common room.
Ah, thanks.
Thanks, Makata. Man, it's like you're our servant or something.
Did he just call me Makata? I mean, well, I was a page as far as everyone knew. The thought to correct him crossed my mind, but instead I stayed silent as I passed the tea out. Rowan.
Thank you, Yukimura. I feel bad asking you to do this.
Oh, it's nothing. After all, I am Hijikata's page. I spoke barely above a whisper, but Inoue smiled and nodded at me. Okta took a sip of his tea, and a mild grimace flickered across his face. Is something wrong with the tea?
The taste is fine, but it could be a little hotter. Maybe you're taking too long to pour it. But I guess I can expect this from you.
I'm sorry. I'll make a new batch right now.
Don't worry about it. I like it lukewarm. I can drink it immediately, right, Hajime?
Sure, right. I guess lukewarm tea isn't bad on a hot day like today.
It was silent for a second before the door slid open and Kondo arrived with a stern look upon his face.
Oh no.
The president.
The Shinsengumi has received an official request from the Aizu domain. All available soldiers must begin preparations to move out immediately.
Yeah!
It seems the Aizu have finally noticed all the hard work we've been doing, and...
He looked just as happy with the news as the rest of them. Apparently getting orders directly from the Aizu domain was an occasion for some excitement. Hijikata, however, was the lone exception.
We don't have time for this shit. Stop patting each other on the back and get moving. We need to go now. The Choshu are already in Kyoto. We can't let them gain the upper hand on us.
As Hijikata rebuked the men, the warriors all scattered sequentially to their stations. When it was only the captains and myself remaining in the room, Hijikata vented.
What, so only when the Choshu attack Kyoto is everyone ready to go? This is bullshit.
Thinking back to what happened at Ikeda Inn, while the Shinsengumi were fighting hard, the Aizu domain was elsewhere, and came strolling in way later at the scene. Remembering that incident, I felt like I can understand Hijikata at least to some extent.
Okta and Todo, you will remain at headquarters. I doubt you'll like it, but, well, neither do I. Your injuries keep you from active duty, as do mine.
He rubbed his left arm absently and looked away.
Hey, speak for yourself. It's not like my injuries didn't recover or something. But I guess I'm not at 100% either. So if you're telling me to sit this one out, I will.
You're making a big deal out of nothing. This is just a scratch. Kondo's being a wuss.
Okta acted as if he didn't hear Sanin at all while Heisuke pouted.
You sure about that? All last night you were crying like a baby.
You son of a bitch! Why you gotta rat me out? Is there even a heart in there, you old bastard?
But you did scream like a baby though, right? Right, Makoto? Tell him.
Hey, don't ask her! It'd be nice if you could keep your mouth shut for once, you know.
He glanced sideways at me. But Heisuke, it's true that your injury hasn't recovered. His bangs hid the scar rather well, but it still looked painful. Nagakura broke the awkward silence.
Yeah, Makoto, you said you wanted to go with us if we got called in, right? You still up for that?
Even though I told Harada that I was into the idea of joining them, it still seemed a little risky.
Ah, yes. Well, I see no reason why not. After all, opportunities like this are seldom seen.
For some reason, Kondo was easy to convince. I wasn't expecting him to be so easily swayed.
But what the hell? If she's tagging along, maybe it'd be a good idea for me to come too, right? Like, to protect.
You're still all out of shape, though, right? You stay behind at the compound.
That's awesome, Makoto.
Are you sure it'll be alright? Hijikata and Sanin sighed at the sight of my reservation, which was understandable.
We can't promise you won't get hurt or worse. You should stay here.
Do you wish to place undue burden on the Shinsengumi? We are not here to entertain you.
Colonel Sanin, can I take that to mean, so long as she is not a burden, she is free to accompany us?
I blinked. Saito? Standing up for me?
Yeah?
Sanin seemed nearly as surprised as I was.
You can't be saying you're actually in favor of bringing her along.
Saito simply shrugged.
She was an asset at Ikeda.
Yeah.
I only intended to point out that, judged by her actions, she has hardly proven to be a burden.
Okta sneaking cats into the compound.
I was about to say that. Oh, here's more.
Never in a million years would I have imagined that Saito might have a word of praise for me. My eyes grew wide with elation, and Kondo nodded in agreement.
Excellent! I will take full responsibility for your inclusion. That is, of course, if you still wish to participate.
Sanin still didn't seem convinced. I looked around the room until my eyes met Okta's.
Do whatever you want to do, so long as you get that we're going into a battle, not a party.
It looked like I wasn't about to get any help from Okta, who looked nonplussed either way. Perhaps I'd be able to help them out, like I had during the Battle of Ikeda Inn. I nodded. Yes, I would like to participate. After that, everything was a blur. As quickly as we could, we prepared for battle and marched to the Fushimi Magistrate's office. Fushimi Magistrate's office, a government office that supervised the Fushimi Station and Yodo Riverbank, which was one of the 7 entrances to Kyoto. There were a number of the Kyoto Judiciary Commissioner's men gathered there as well, in preparation for battle with the Choshu. Walking proudly in front of the men, Kondo approached the government official near the gate. Have we gone over, or are we...
We're about 1.5 minutes out.
We might as well end it here then. So, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
When we go to war.
Oh no.
Bye. Hey guys, do you like our content? Do you want to support the show? Click the link in the description below to visit our donation page. All proceeds go towards new and better equipment and games you want to see us play. Everyone who donates will get a special shout out at the end of future videos, and we're currently working on setting up some special perks for you. If you don't want to donate, that's okay too. You can support us by subscribing and clicking that bell icon so you get notified whenever we put out a new video. A huge thank you to Kyle Sheridan for donating and helping to keep our show going. Thank you so much for checking out today's episode. If you'd like to find out how I ended up in Kyoto, click the box on the left to check out last episode.
Or, if you'd like something a little different, head to that box on the right to check out Saving Throw, where the members of Revolutionary Productions play through ridiculous adventures in the world of Dungeons & Dragons. Seriously, go check it out. That's an order.
Hijikata? You can't just order the viewers around.
I can if they're all like you.